Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the requirements that companies have of their applicants in order to get hired to become an independent contractor with them. The most basic requirement is that most companies would like you to have your bachelor's degree in any subject. It doesn't have to be education or teaching, any subject as long as you have your bachelor's degree. There are some exceptions to the rule. Magic years, you can be working on your bachelor's, it can be in progress as long as you can show proof of that. And PALFISH does not require a degree. I'm not sure if you have to currently be enrolled in a program. If you are with PALFISH and you know, please feel free to drop the answer in the comments below. That would be very interesting to find out. And companies outside of the big China companies, one that I work for is Cambly. That one is worldwide. And that one does not require a degree. It does not require for you to currently be enrolled or working towards your degree either. So let's talk about the pay. So we'll start with the China-based companies. Those are the major companies that most online ESL teachers apply to work with. They are the highest paying for online ESL. So they have what they call a base rate, and that's how much you'll be paid for your 25-minute class or your 40-minute class, depending on what platform you're on. Let's just find a happy medium and let's say for your 30-minute class. So base pay, can range from $7 to $10. It's a big range. And each company determines your base pay based on their own set of standards. So they might base it on how many classes you've taught before, on your interview performance, on a number of things that they're looking for. So always please, whatever company you're thinking about applying with, spend a couple minutes on their website and look and see what their base pay is and if they have a chart outlining how you can obtain different base pay levels. Now, the nice thing is that every China-based company I know of offers incentives. And so that's pay on top of your base pay. So, for example, you might earn an extra dollar for every class for simply showing up on time. And you might earn another dollar per class for teaching X number of classes a month. That'll vary from company to company. So the incentive pay for the companies that I'm aware of and I have worked with can vary from $2 to $2.50 to $3. So it just varies from company to company, but the norm usually is $2. So let's say you start out at 7, which is the beginning base pay, and you earn your $2 in incentives on top of that. Now you're at $9 per 30-minute class. So for 60 minutes for 1 hour, you are at $18 an hour. Really nice pay. And the nice thing is it only goes up from there. Every company has their own list of requirements for how to obtain a pay raise with them. But pay raises are possible. I've gotten 2 pay raises, which is really nice. So another question that people often wonder is if it's lonely to work here at home by yourself. I thought it would be, but it's not. There's a whole community of online teachers waiting to meet you either on Facebook with your company's Facebook official page or on Instagram in the teacher community. And it is so much fun. Teachers know how to have real fun. We encourage each other. We post clips of our classes. We share ideas with each other. We read books together. We do Music Monday where we dance. I mean, we just connect with each other. We reach out to each other and we send private messages, and you build true friendships by connecting with other online teachers online. So the hours. Most China-based hours are for us in the US, early mornings, and it's evenings for Beijing. So for me, in Central Standard Time, the peak times, the times that are more highly in demand, is from 5, No, I'm sorry. Right now, because of the time change, it's from 6 to 8 a.m. Prior to this, in the winter, it was 5 to 7 a.m. There are hours available before that. And on the weekends, there are evening our time because on the weekends, the kids in China are home during their morning. That's our evenings. So there are some evenings on the weekend, and sometimes, depending on student demand, there are openings weekday evenings our time as well. Those would be the younger kids, or like during the pandemic when they weren't physically going to school. So there's just different times of the year that they'll open those evening weekday slots up. But for the most part, if you are in the US, you can count on working early mornings. If you're in other countries, you can try to do some conversion online. The Ministry of Education cuts off learning time online for the kids at 9 p.m. Beijing time. So your last class of their evening would be 8:30 p.m. Beijing time. So please feel free to convert that to your own time zone. For me, the hours at first felt overwhelming. Like I was like, can I even teach that early? Am I going to wake my family up? Is that doable? It turns out the hours are perfect. So, like I mentioned in a previous video, this is a sound muffler and I insulated around my door so it sounds quiet. My kids are totally loud. And in here, they don't hear what I'm doing out there. So, it's really nice. So I'm not waking everybody up at 5 in the morning. And by the time I'm finished teaching, they're waking up, especially now that it's summer. So I actually scheduled a few more Cambly classes after my China classes. So when I walk out of here, they're having their breakfast and we start our day together. I'm available all day for them. It works out perfectly. I love the hours. It's totally doable. And I've never been a night owl. Never, not as a teen, not as a girl in my 20s, never. So going to bed at a reasonable time is in my DNA. So it works out great. Uh, some people want to know if you are required to know Chinese. You are not. We are teaching with English immersion, which means all instructions are given in English. Speaking Chinese in your class is highly discouraged. They want the students to pick up the English and feel like they need to use the English to communicate with you. So you do not need to know Chinese. Some teachers love to learn it just for fun, just to expand their world, expand their knowledge, which is awesome. But we do not use Chinese during our lessons. And lastly, some people wanted to know if there's training, like how do you know what to do? I've never done this before. Absolutely, there is training. So I will speak just for Magic Ears because it's my main company. Once you're hired with Magic Ears, you are assigned your own set of coaches and they watch your classes and they give you feedback. They tell you what you're doing well, what you can work on, as well as you get plugged in with the official Facebook group and you can ask questions on there. Teachers post videos, pictures, tips, ideas, and we're in constant communication on there. Magic Ears also offers free Zoom classes, several of them a day, usually after China classes. So for CST, usually it's morning time. Although lately I have noticed they are offering some in the evenings, like 6, 7 p.m. CST time. And these are these are given to you. Bloom, 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 bloom. These are presented by trainers that are magic masters with the company. And so they know the curriculum, they know the platform, and they're more than happy to share their knowledge and their experiences, class clips, and help train you. And there's a variety of topics: classroom management, class timing, making your class more fun, what kind of props to use, teaching while traveling. The list goes on and on. So you're definitely not left on your own. If you're not able to attend those trainings at those times, there's also full length classes posted on the official YouTube page. So something I did and something I still do is I go on there and I look at a full class and I study different things about it that I'm trying to work on. So if I'm trying to work on timing, I will look at the class specifically paying attention to what slide is this teacher on, what time is it, how are they moving the class along when the students are participating, when they're not participating, how did they finish their class on time? Or I might look at it looking for classroom management. I might see, okay, how did they handle this situation with these students? What did they do when this happened, when that happened? I might also look at it and look at props. What kind of props are they using to teach their class? I might ask, how are they doing voice variation or TPR? So I don't look at all of those things all at once because that would be overwhelming. I usually just hone in on one that I want to focus on this week in my classes. I'll pay attention to that as I watch. I'll take some notes. And then that week, I will hone in on that in my classes. And once I feel I have a good, solid grasp on that, I'll watch another video or the same video and I'll look at something else, a different aspect. So there's lots of tools available to you. You are not alone. So many teachers will let you know, please send me a PM, a DM, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. It's just a helpful community and the resources are there for you. You are not thrown out there and just sink or swim, not at all. So I think that covers the requirements that most companies ask for, as well as some common questions that someone thinking about applying for ESL might have. If you think of other questions that you might have that I didn't cover, please feel free to write them down below in the comments. Also, my email is down there. Please feel free to reach out to me. Links for my main companies are down below, as well as a link to obtain your TESOL certificate if you don't have one yet. Well, I will see you next time where we will continue this journey of learning to be an ESL teacher. Bye, everyone.